Do you know what is rain? With the IG, rulership. The reign is how long the king was in a ruler. The time period, the reign. So prior to his reign, tombs were rectangular. So they weren't pyramid shape. The tombs prior were rectangular shape, made of dried clay brick, covered underground passages where the deceased person was buried. You see how these words are helping us. Deceased, same as dead. Deceased, dead people were buried. For reasons which remain unclear, Joseph's main official, whose name was Imhotep, conceived of building a taller, more impressive tomb. Conceived. Oh. What is conceived? In this context, conceived of building a taller, more impressive tomb. Janice, do you know if you conceive of something, what does it mean?
Think.
Yes, you get a new idea. You conceive, you get idea of something different, something new. So he conceived of building a taller, more impressive tomb for his king, stacking more slabs, that's what we learned, on top, to form the shape as the pyramid. Okay, so how did we match that to our question? Paragraph B?
An idea for searching the design of
Burial
various
structures. Number 7, yes, right? It's the idea, see the synonym? Idea, conceived of, changing the design. Yes, okay. Okay, let's look at C. I'm not reading every word, right? I'm just looking for the main idea. Step pyramid, thoroughly examined, investigated, now known as the building process, different stages. Okay, I don't see anything there. Implementation was involved, especially clear in the construction of the pyramid in the center of the complex. It had several plans before it became the first step pyramid in history, piling 6 levels on top of one another. The weight of this enormous mass was a challenge for the builders, who placed the stones at an inward incline to prevent the monument breaking up. So you saw in the video, they placed them on top, but there was a little bit of an incline so that they could place them back. But what is it saying? The weight of this, look at those big slabs they had to move, was a challenge for the builders. Boom. Take a look at your questions. What do you think it matches? Something is a challenge. Big weight.
difficult task on your involved.
Involved. Right. You see number 2. A difficult task. Difficult task. Yes. Challenge. Paragraph D. When finally completed, the step pyramid rose 62 meters high. Tallest structure at the time. The complex in which it was built was the size of a city. Included a temple, courtyards, shrines, and living quarters for the priests. Covered a region of 16 hectares surrounded by a wall. The wall had false doors. Oh, so what is this telling us? This paragraph. Complex. Size of a city. So they say, a pyramid, but the complex is not only the pyramid. It had shrines, courtyards, living quarters. Living quarters mean living quarters, accommodation, where people lived, where they stayed, houses or places to live. So tell us, what do you think for D?
an overview of the external building and a
Right, it's like external buildings. It's talking about what not only the perimeter outside looks good. Right, paragraph E. The burial chamber of the tomb where the king's body was laid to rest was dug beneath the base of the pyramid, surrounded by a vast maze of long tunnels that had rooms off them to discourage robbers. One of the mysterious discoveries found inside the pyramid was a large number of stone vessels. So inside the pyramid, they found stone vessels. You know what vessels? Stone, other word.
the with a flower into it.
Right. So it's something you can put inside, yes? Right. So we could just say stone object. But yes, a stone vessel, something you can put inside. Over 40,000 of these vessels of various forms and shapes were discovered in storerooms in the underground passages. Okay, I don't even need to read the rest of the paragraph. What do you think it's about? Nadia? What do you think for E?
I don't know.
What is the same word as object? What do you write on object? What is the same word for object? If you look at your question, Dennis, can you help her? Artifacts. Remember we said artifacts, objects, vessels, objects. Yes, and inside the pyramid. So even if you don't know what that word means, artifacts, you can see number one, the areas within the pyramid. This paragraph here is talking about inside. That's all about inside the pyramid. So number one, yes, for inside the pyramid. This paragraph, remember it's the main idea of the paragraph. Okay, tennis, I'm tired of reading. Can you read F, please?
Unfortunately, all of the pre-
Precaution
and intricate design of the underground network didn't prevent Asian robbers from finding a way in. The user's grave built and even his body were stolen at some point in the past, and all archaeologists found were a small number of his valuables overlooked by the Jews. There was the outlet throughout the pyramid and its complex. However, the astonished and amazed the archaeologists who excavated it.
Good. So what are we seeing in that last sentence? Look at the words in the last sentence. Astonish, amaze. What would that be the same as? Tennis? Astonish, amaze. Good, what do you think? what's the word same as wow, astonish, amaze. It's amazing. Incredible. Yes. It is, you know that word. Incredible. Right? Oh, it's amazing. It's astonishing. Remember, astonishment, surprising. Oh, incredible experience. Despite the few remains. Yes, because it said there was a small number. Oh, few. Yes, small number left. Okay, Jenny? Okay, last paragraph. Egyptologist Maristav writes, boom, can you read? Few monuments.
Few monuments hold a place in human history as significant as that of the State Pyramid in Saqqara. It can be said without exaggeration that this pyramid complex consists to
Yes.
a milestone in the evolution of monumental stone architecture in Egypt and in the world as a whole. The Step Pyramid was a revolutionary advance in architecture and became the archetype which all the other great pyramid builders of Egypt would follow.
Okay, thank you. The archetype means like the first one, the first example of something. So what is it saying? It became the archetype that all others would follow. Get it?
Copy.
Copy, yes. Right. So your answer for paragraph G, 6. A pyramid design others copy. They will follow, replicate. So what do we notice here? We need to look for the main idea of the paragraph. We don't have to read every word, but we're looking to see what is the main idea. We're not matching all of them. We didn't match number 3. It wasn't the main idea of the paragraph. To mention, nothing there to tell us given IX, no match. Okay, let's see words. Let's check 21. Now we need to know which paragraph to look at. See if you can find it. Which paragraph? Complex, surroundings, as big as. Go back to the first page. Which paragraph do you think?
D.
Paragraph D, right. See, complex, good, size of. So we in the right place. What's your one word? As big as. An Egyptian, size of. Nadia, what do you think? Got the right sentence. As big as a.
Or
Which sentence are you in?
I don't know.
But you're there, right? You found paragraph D, right? That's correct, because it says the complex, right?
Yes.
So look at that sentence. The complex, because we need to know.
Rose.
Huh? What way did you find?
Pyramid rose.
Where do you see it? Look at that sentence. The complex in which it was built. Right, you in that sentence?
Yes.
Was the size of a.
City.
It is. Correct. Was as big as, eh? City? Yes. The area outside the pyramid included accommodation. What is accommodation? Who? What is accommodation?
I don't know.
You don't know. Tell us what's accommodation. Accommodation is where people live. Can be a house, can be a flat, apartment, hotel, room, any place where you live, your accommodation. Okay, so tell us now you can find the answer. It is occupied by priests. Right. Living quarters of priests. We found the synonym accommodation. Living quarters, place where they live. At 23, we're looking down. False entrances. In addition, along something encircle the wall. So we're looking for synonym for encircles. Good. Let's see if you can find them. Same paragraph. Do you see? How do you know which sentence to look? Because in that question it said false entrances, right? Were built into this. So we don't just look at 23, look at the sentence before. False entrances. Do you see false? Do you see false doors? The wall had 13 false doors cut into it with only one true entrance. Right, so that's the sentence before the answer, right? The entire wall was then ringed by a trench. So what's the word the same as encircled? How the word the same as circle? Nadia, can you find the word same as circle?
Door.
Is the door same as a circle?
I don't know.
Tell us what's the same as
Ring.
ring. Oh my gosh. Is that not a circle?
Okay.
Oh yes. I use the word ringed by, wall ringed by, encircled by. You see wall ringed by. So we find wall encircled. Yes, circle ringed by. So what's your answer?
Wall.
Read your sentence.
No.
Warring by trench. Right, you have to find the synonyms. Circle, ring, by, there's your word. Does it make sense now? It's all about synonyms. And that's why I think you guys are struggling, because you're not sure of these words. You need to build your vocabulary, because that's what's causing you to not get the answers. Accommodation. Oh, if you don't know that word, you're not going to get the answer. These are very important words, right, that you need to know, otherwise you're going to struggle. That's why I'm stressing vocabulary. Very important. If you know the words, you should be able to get the answer. What is a trench? It says encircled by a trench. Now that word you might not know, because my students never know what that is. But a trench is a hole in the ground, a long hole that they dig, trench. So you don't have to know what the word means, but you're looking for the synonym, gives you the answer. Okay, 24. Prevented from entering the grounds unless they knew the something of the real entrance. So unless they knew of the real entrance. Find your synonyms. Real entrance. See if you can find what's real entrance. Have you got the right sentence? You got the answer? Got the answer? Who? What's the answer?
Location.
Nadia, did you get it? Location, right. Now how did we get location? Because today you seem to be struggling with these. Location? Real. True. Entrance? Opening. Real. True. Opening. Entrance. Location. Okay, 25 and 26. Which 2 points does the writer make? So, we've got A, B, C, D, E. A says initially he had to be persuaded. What is initially? You've learned this word last week, I think. Remember? Initially. What is initial? Initially. Do you remember this one? Okay. No. Initially means at first. Initially, at first. He had to be persuaded. What is persuaded? Do you know, Boom?
For
To try to get people to do something. Yes, but you persuade them. They don't want to do it. But you say, please do it, and then they do it. So persuade. So at first, you have to be persuaded to build in stone rather than clay. Is that true? Do you remember reading that? Did he have to be told you must build in stone rather than clay. We read this paragraph. Remember, multiple choice, we're crossing out the ones that are not true. So is A true? Is it not given? What do you think, Dennis? Did they tell us?
No.
No, it's not given. Right, so remember, if it's not given, it's not the answer. It didn't tell us. He had to be told you must build stone rather than clay. So it's not A. Right, what about B? There's disagreement concerning the length of his ram. So we go back to paragraph B. What does it say about his ram? The end of the paragraph. Joseph is thought to have reigned for 19 years. But some historians and scholars attribute a much longer time for his rule, owing to the number and the size of the monuments he built. Is that true? Is there disagreement about how long he reigned? Boo, what do you think? He's thought to have reigned, but some people say much longer. So there's disagreement, yes, right? They was thought to be 19 years, but other people say no, longer. They're not agreeing, right? So yes, B, disagreement. C, he failed to appreciate Imhotep's part in the design of this temple. Failed to appreciate. So was he happy? Not happy? Was he not happy? Was he happy? Do we know? I'm looking, I don't find it. It's not given. Right? If we look in and we say we're in the right place there, but it's not telling us. Was he very happy, not happy? Not seeing. What about D? A few of his possessions were still in his tomb, but archaeologists found it. Remember paragraph F? Archaeologists found a small number of his valuables, overlooked by the thieves. So is that true? Few of his possessions were still in the tomb. Yes. It said they remain, but a few valuables remain, few of his possessions remain. So I'm looking for multiple choice to see which ones are true, which ones are not stated. I don't find it. But I remember reading for D, I remember reading about as in what was left in the tomb. You just need to find the right paragraph, you can find it. Okay, so I'm not going to give you a new reading for homework because you still got last week's homework you haven't done yet.
I haven't done yet, but I forgot to put it.
No, it is done, but I forgot to bring.
Yes. I'm bringing wrong paper.
You bring it about this. Okay, so let's look at your essay topic. Because I'm going for 3 weeks, I'm giving you writing homework. You must do some writing. Let's look at the essay topic. Into Japan first. And I think the most important thing for this group is vocabulary. I I see that accommodation. Oh, at your level, your age, you should know. I don't know what they're teaching you at your school. Right? It's a problem because it means you can't move from passage 2, right? Because if you don't know what accommodation is, these words are more difficult. Like vessel, but yes, you don't need to know where you get to know that word. But replicate, pioneer, initially, I'm thinking of words that you're going to find again in other reading exercises. So please remember, you've got your vocabulary, you're writing down. I hope you're not just throwing them away. Right?
Yes.
Yes, you're not throwing them away.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm taking a photo. So that when you tell me next time, no, you didn't show me this word, I've got proof. Right?
No.
Okay, let's do the essay topic. Going to do this one for homework, but I first want you to plan and think of your main ideas. Some scientists believe that in the future, computers will be more intelligent than human beings. While some see this as a positive development, others worry about the negative consequences. Discuss both views and give your opinion. So what do we first need to do? Look at the question. Discuss both views. Oh, I have to write about both. I can't just write agree or disagree. I have to think of both sides, positive or negative. Computers replacing, becoming more intelligent than human beings. This one is not just about, I don't want to give you the answer, I want you to think. So think of the question and write your main ideas. And plan first. AI more intelligent than humans. Is this a possible essay topic for IELTS? Yeah, right, because this is a very common topic now. AI becoming more intelligent than humans. It's very controversial, very topical. Even this month, scientists are very concerned and say we must stop. We get going too fast. So be thinking of the positives and the negative. And then your opinion. Which one is more? You have to write about both. But be thinking about, we're going to write more one side or the other. AI in the future, not now, in the future, might be more intelligent than humans. What would be the benefits for us as humans? What would be the negatives? Remember, for any essay topic, what are your main ideas you're thinking of? Chef, right? So S, social, health, environment, and F. Right. Always remember those, because it might help you. In this essay, it can help you. Think about is there a social benefit? Or is it a negative? Is there a health benefit? Maybe. Will it benefit the environment, or will it be a negative? Is there financial benefit, or will it be a negative? Not one correct answer here. Many ideas. You just need to think of at least one each side. 5 minutes. Thanks. Just your main ideas for now. Boom, have you got positive and negative?
Positive.
And negative?
Yeah.
Are you still thinking about a negative?
I got one of negative.
So you've got one positive, one negative.
I got two positive and one negative.
Okay, good. Dennis, you've got how many?
True negative diversity.
Okay, got it?
One positive.
Huh? Where's your negative?
I don't know.
Okay, so think about it. AI is more intelligent than humans. What's bad about it? I don't want you to hear their answers first. I need you to think. Because if you get this essay question, you're like, what's bad? So think about Jeff. Is it going to benefit us?
People learn how work.
People will have.
Work.
People will have work.
What AI don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. AI more intelligent than human.
Will people have more work if AI is more intelligent? Or less work?
Less work.
So is that a good thing? Or bad thing? Good for you if it's less work, but then you don't have a job. Oh my god. There won't be jobs. Right?
It's a negative.
It's a negative, right? Is that what you have for a negative? Boom, what did you have for negative?
No work.
No work. What did you have for negative?
No work.
Also, right, so the main problem here is it's going to be less work. If they're more intelligent, what are we going to do? they're going to do everything for us. We're not going to have work. Oh my God, what are we going to do? If they can do everything, jobs. Yes. So what's a better word than no job? What are we going to say? Less jobs? More? It's another word for no job. And oh my God. No job. And
Ontario.
unemployment. You know that one, surely. Huh? Unemployment. So there's my main idea, yes. It's going to be more unemployment if they're more intelligent. They're going to replace, not all jobs, but many jobs will be not needed anymore. So you had that idea. What does that mean? In this paragraph, I just want you to think when you write it, to give some. Remember, for your body paragraphs, you need support, reasons, examples. So easiest thing to do is to think of examples of jobs that would be replaced. If it's more intelligent than humans, think of, I don't want to tell you now, you think of jobs that are not going to be needed anymore. What type of jobs will be replaced? Maybe teachers. Will we need teachers? Still, think of jobs you're not going to need. Please don't research this with ChatGPT. Because if you do that, you're cheating yourself, right? If you Google and say jobs that are going to be lost by AI, you've got the answer. It's not helping you to think when you do the IELTS test. So no ChatGPT, please. If you do that, you're never going to advance. I want you to think yourself, to write, because it's okay if you make mistakes. I need to see if you make mistakes, so I can help you. But when you're writing, look and think, what example can I give? And then look at your grammar, look at your vocabulary, think, are there any better words? I said less jobs, or what better word can I use? Okay, what about positives? What did you have as in positive, Nadia?
Convenient.
Convenient. Why is it convenient? That's true. What example are you going to use?
Yeah. Not waste time.
Right, yes, it's going to save time, yes. And again, just support, examples, reasons. Boom, what did you have for positive?
It saved me.
Right, financial reasons, it's going to save money. Financial reasons, yes. Give some reasons for that, right? You said you had another positive? Boom. Did you have one positive?
Convenient.
Also convenient, okay. And tennis?
Learning. Immersive.
Learning. So what do you mean by learning? That's correct. What are you going to write in that paragraph?
Easy to find the answer.
For your essay. For problems, right? So I think that's quite true. And I think what you just want to maybe change the word learning to say, if it's more intelligent, what are you saying? It's going to solve problems, right? It's going to help us to find the answers, we will say. Solve problems. Such as? Now, think of. How's it going to benefit humankind if they're more intelligent than us? We haven't thought. We don't know problems, many problems in the world we can't solve. If they're more intelligent, they will know all the answers to questions like, what about diseases that we can't cure? Cancer, we don't have a cure for it. Maybe it'll find it cured for disease. It'll solve problems for maybe global warming, social problems. think of the social. All of these could be any one of those problems that if it's off. And you have the second one?
In negative
Oh, what is your second one?
environment,
Why is it going to be negative?
where he try to own the world.
That's a good one, right? If they're more intelligent, what about the fact that they take over the world? Have you seen those movies? Yeah, right? A lot of science fiction, sci-fi movies talking about robots, AI. So intelligent that they start killing people, right? Why do we need people? Why do we need humans? So it could be a huge risk. Yes. And you got a nice example there. So when you're writing an essay, you don't not writing all of these. You're choosing what you write. You've got main ideas already. That's good. Just remember your conclusion, also to give your opinion. So you're going to write not 50-50. If you've got more positives, in my opinion, they're more positive. If you've got more negatives, you're writing more on the negative side, they're more negative. And remember your introduction. So you remember your structure, introduction, 20 paragraphs, and conclusion. Introduction, what is your first sentence? You've got two sentences. Do you remember? What do we have in the introduction? Yes. First sentence. Do you remember?
The head of the head of
So this.
yes.
What am I doing with this? So they're giving me this. What am I going to do with it? Paraphrase. Right? So with that, the word you're thinking of. First sentence, we paraphrase. Put it in our own words. Right. Second sentence, so we changing those words. I'll send a second sentence. Janice, do you remember? In our introduction, we paraphrase, but what else do we need to tell them here before we start?
Opinion.
Your opinion, right? Your thesis statement. You're saying in your introduction, in my opinion, there are more negatives. You've got more negatives. Okay, so try this one because I want to see how we can improve your writing. Most importantly is for me to check your grammar. So don't type it out, write it out, please. No typing this time. Just write it out. I want to check your grammar. The last time I got essays, I couldn't see if you made mistakes. I want to see your own vocabulary. I want to see how you are writing. So I can help you to improve. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just to see now where are you with writing. And how many weeks do you have?
3
3 weeks to write an essay. So no excuse, right? Can I take this away?
take a photo
Take a photo.
somebody take a photo
Okay, I'll send you the question online. Okay, we are practicing listening section 3, part 3 only. Look at your questions. So let me send you the essay. Take a look at your questions, underline keywords. So what are your important words in 21 and 22? What are the key words in the question?
Things.
Sorry?
Things.
Things. Which two things, right? Is that going to give you the answer? Two things, right?
Yes.
That,
Need.
huh?
Need.
They need,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Review.
Oh, yes. I'm looking for two very important words in this question. That's going to
Romeo and Juliet.
Dennis, what do you think? What are the two most important words in your question? That's going to give me the answer. The most important word.
Agree.
Agreed. The one word you didn't give it. Right? It's the important one, right? That's what we're looking for. What do they agree they need to include? Because if we don't know that, we're going to choose the wrong answer. That's what I'm listening for. What do they agree? Okay, we'll do 21 and 22. We'll start, see if you've got it. Think about what they say and what words or tenses they agree.
Discussing stage and screen performances of Shakespeare's play Romeo and Juliet. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 and 22. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 and 22.
Did you make notes while you were watching the performances of Romeo and Juliet, Jack?
Yes, I did. I found it quite hard, though. I kept getting too involved in the play.
Me too. I ended up not taking notes. I wrote down my impressions when I got home. Do you mind if I check a few things with you, in case I've missed anything? And I've also got some questions about our assignment.
No, it's good to talk things through. I may have missed things too.
Okay, great. So, first of all, I'm not sure how much information we should include in our reviews.
Right. Well, I don't think we need to describe what happens, especially as Romeo and Juliet is one of Shakespeare's most well-known plays.
Yeah, everyone knows the story.
So what do they not need to include? What have we crossed out, Dennis?
Descriptive.
Yes, and... Did you hear what else we crossed out? Yes, listen again.
About our assignment.
No, it's good to talk things through. I may have missed things too.
Okay, great. So, first of all, I'm not sure how much information we should include in our reviews.
Right. Well, I don't think we need to describe what happens, especially as Romeo and Juliet is one of Shakespeare's most well-known plays.
Yeah, everyone
Everyone
knows the story.
Everyone knows the story. The story, B, summary of the plot. You don't need to know what happens. And they agree on that, but that's not the answer because the question is, agree, they need to include. We know, no, they agree they don't need to include that.
In an essay, we'd focus on poetry and Shakespeare's use of imagery, etc. But that isn't really relevant in a review. We're supposed to focus on how effective this particular production is.
We should say what made it a success or a failure.
And part of that means talking about the emotional impact the performance has on us. I think that's important.
Yes.
Yes. So what is that? Emotional,
Yeah.
personal reaction. Yeah, she's listening for those words. Yes, she's agreeing.
And we should definitely mention how well the director handled important bits of the play, like when Romeo climbs onto Juliet's balcony.
And the fight between Mercutio and Tybalt.
Yes.
Ah, what did you get? Boo? Nadia? E, right, good. Yes. Can you see that's what they were saying, right? About the actual scenes in the play, right? That's it. You don't need to get all of these, but it's the multiple choice ones that are difficult, but we're listening for which ones are not true. And yes, you got it. Okay, we're going to listen for 23 to 27, but I'm not going to stop this one. Play it through and then we'll come back if we have to. Think about what they're asking us to do in those questions. Both expected to be more traditional, thought it was original, right atmosphere, major strength, both disappointed, why was an issue, how can we improve? Okay.
It would also be interesting to mention the theatre space and how the director used it, but I don't think we'll have space in 800 words.
No, okay. That all sounds quite straightforward.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have some time to look at questions 23 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 23 to 30.
So, what about the Emporium Theatre's production of the play?
I thought some things worked really well, but there were some problems too.
Yeah. What about the set, for example?
I think it was visually really stunning. I'd say that was probably the most memorable thing about this production.
You're right. The set design was really amazing. But actually, I have seen similar ideas used in other productions.
What about the lighting? Some of the scenes were so dimly lit, it was quite hard to see.
I didn't dislike it. It helped to change the mood of the quieter scenes.
That's a good point.
What did you think of the costumes?
I was a bit surprised by the contemporary dress, I must say.
Yeah, I think it worked well, but I'd assumed it would be more conventional.
Me too. I liked the music at the beginning, and I thought the musicians were brilliant. But I thought they were wasted because the music didn't have much impact in Acts 2 and 3.
Yes, that was a shame.
One problem with this production was that the actors didn't deliver the lines that well. They were speaking too fast.
It was a problem, I agree. But I thought it was because they weren't speaking loudly enough, especially at key points in the play.
I actually didn't have a problem with that.
It's been an interesting experience watching.
Okay, so let's stop there and see what you got. Are there any that you did get that you're sure of? Did you get 23? 23, what did you get? Nadia? You wrote something, what did you write?
I wrote A, but I think it's false.
Okay, what did you get for 23? Boom. D, yes. Did you get it, Janet? D, because it says they agree this was a major strength. Okay, we'll go back and listen again to that. 24. Dennis, what did you get for 24? Did you get that one? No? Anyone get that? No. Okay, we'll go back to that one. 25. I saw you writing something, Janet. Or was it not 25?
Right, 26.
Okay. Did you get 25, Will?
A.
Yes. Nadia, did you get it?
No.
No, because you got A for the other one, right? 26. What did you get, Dennis? You got 26.
G.
G. What did you get for 26, Will?
E.
Ooh, yes! Today you're on top form, huh? Wow! You getting them? Wow, 27? Did you get 27? Who what? Yes? Nadia? Good? No? Okay, let's go back. Now I'm going to stop and show you the reasons why. These are difficult, right? Don't worry. But you're trying to get 2 or 3 correct at least. Right? Even if you miss one, we're coming and think, which ones can I find? Let's go back.
So, what about the Emporium Theatre's production of the play?
I thought some things worked really well, but there were some problems too.
Yeah. What about the set, for example?
I think it was visually really stunning. I'd say that was probably the most memorable thing about this production.
You're right. The set design was really amazing.
Most memorable thing, and he says you're right, so they're agreeing. Do you see D? Major strength. It was most memorable. And yes, they agree. Major strength.
But actually, I have seen similar ideas used in other productions.
What about the lighting? Some of the scenes were so dimly lit, it was quite hard to see.
I didn't dislike it. It helped to change the mood of the quieter scenes.
That's a good point.
Change the mood. That's a good point. He's agreeing. Change the mood. Do you see C? Change the mood. Atmosphere. Now you might not hear, but if you hear mood, create a mood, that's your synonym, right? Atmosphere. Alright.
What did you think of the costumes?
I was a bit surprised by the contemporary dress, I must say.
Yeah, I think it worked well, but I'd assumed it would be more conventional.
Me too.
More conventional. There's your synonym. Yeah, traditional. Can you see the best skill here is in part 3 is just to try and hear those key words, because you won't maybe understand every word they're saying. They speak very fast. But if you hear conventional, traditional, mood, atmosphere, you're just trying to hear those key words that could be the answer. Okay, let's carry on.
I liked the music at the beginning, and I thought the musicians were brilliant. But I thought they were wasted because the music didn't have much impact in Acts 2 and 3.
Yes, that was a shame.
Ah, that was a shame. They were disappointed, yes.
One problem with this production was that the actors didn't deliver the lines that well. They were speaking too fast.
It was a problem, I agree. But I thought it was because they weren't speaking loudly enough, especially at key points in the play.
I actually didn't have a problem with that.
Ah, do you see they disagree? Huh? He says this, he says, I actually, she doesn't say the word disagree, but I actually have she's got a different view. So 27, F, they disagree about this issue. You hear those words that they're using to show that. This is the most difficult part, right, of the whole listening test. So just try and get 2 or 3, you can guess the others. Right? Okay, let's turn over and we just finish here. 28 to 30.
It's been an interesting experience watching different versions of Romeo and Juliet, hasn't it?
Definitely. It's made me realise how relevant the play still is.
Right.
Now, did you look at those questions? No, you didn't, right? We said look at questions to 30, but we did give you a sec. Take a look at question 28. Still relevant for young people today because
I mean, a lot's changed since Shakespeare's time, but in many ways, nothing's changed. There are always disagreements and tension between teenagers and their parents.
Yes, that's something all young people can relate to. More than the violence and the extreme emotions in the play.
How did you find watching it in translation?
Stop there. Okay, 28. What are you thinking? Nadia, did you get that?
No. A. Maybe A.
Okay. Boom, did you get it?
B.
What did you get? B. B, yes. Right. They're talking about families, and then did you at the end? She says rather than, because that's important now. She's saying rather than means not, and then she talks about A and C. Okay, now 29. They found watching Romeo and Juliet in another language frustrating, or demanding, or moving. Nadia, this one's for you. Just those three words you're listening for synonym. Frustrating, demanding, or moving. What does moving mean? If something is moving,
Yes.
you understand? Okay.
Really interesting. I expected to find it more challenging, but I could follow the story pretty well.
I stopped worrying about not being able to understand all the words and focused on the actor's expressions. The ending was pretty powerful.
Yes, that somehow intensified the emotion for me.
Did you know?
What do you think, Nadia? What words did you hear that could relate? Which one do you know it's not?
Moving.
Sorry?
Moving.
Okay? Dennis, what do you think? What's the answer? Do you know?
I think moving is not, but I'm answer demanding.
You answer demanding, okay? Boom, what did you answer?
I think demanding.
Demanding. Okay, so let's just listen again.
Expected to find it more challenging, but I could follow the story pretty well.
So I expected to find it very challenging, but not. What is the same as challenging? Demanding. Oh my God. So it can't be B. Right? She said, I expected to find it more challenging, but it wasn't. Dennis, you're scratching your head. Does it make sense? Right? I expected to find it more challenging, but it wasn't. So not, you're listening for those synonyms. You hear challenging, but you say no, not challenging, not demanding.
Oh,
I stopped worrying about not being able to understand all the words and focused on the actor's expressions.
So was it frustrating? No, I stopped worrying. Worried, frustrated? No, I stopped worrying.
The ending was pretty powerful.
yes, that somehow intensified the emotion for me.
Oh, emotion, moving. Right, you said you know moving. Powerful. Makes you move. Yes. Right. Okay, last one.
Did you know Shakespeare's been translated into more languages than any other writer?
What's the reason for his international appeal, do you think?
I was reading that it's because his plays are about basic themes that people everywhere are familiar with.
Yeah, and they can also be understood on different levels. The characters have such depth.
Right, which allows directors to experiment and find new angles.
That's really important.
Okay, what do you think, Katie?
C.
Yes! Okay. Okay, you got it. Did you get C? Boom? Tennis? As I said to you last week, it just needs more practice, right? And we're doing the difficult ones every week so that when we do your progress test, it's going to be easy because we're not only doing section 3, we're going to do the whole test. But then you can get at least some of these correct. It's better. Okay, so we're taking a break from next week. Please remember your reading and your essay. Reading from last week and essay. Then when I come back, we're going to focus on reading passage 2 or more, listening. Okay, you can do it. You can see today we've got some better answers. Keep going. And next time we'll practice more speaking. We didn't have time for speaking today. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
See you next month.